So there was this time where I was calling and I was the only one in the office. Everybody had left and it was late as fuck. It was like a Friday night. And I call a lot of expires. These are properties that go on the market and for whatever reason they don't fucking sell, right? So I'm calling this guy and he's like, hey man, I'm not the owner of this property. I actually have nothing to do with it. And one of the things that I always tell my salespeople is that even if you get the wrong number, always ask, well, hey, I'm a real estate agent in the area. By any chance, would you happen to know anybody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? So this guy goes, actually, yeah, I might actually have a brother that's looking to sell his property. I was like, really? Oh, okay, cool. I end up getting connected with this guy's brother. He's like, listen, I'll connect you with him. It's better if you deal with him through email because he has this speech problem. He can't really talk that loud. I was like, all right, maybe this guy's a smoker for his whole life, probably smokes more than me, which means that I got to step it up. So let me go ahead and meet the guy and see what's going on. So then I go out to his house. I meet the guy for the first time, and cool guy up front. His fucking house is falling apart, man. Like, needs a shit ton of work, but he needs somebody to help him, Just fucking lost his job. He's in a really bad position. However, me being the person that I am, I was like, listen, man, let's sit down, have a conversation, talk about what it is that we got to do. So we agreed upon a price, and up front, listen, right now, I'm living a pretty fucking good life. So would I have taken this deal if I was living the way that I'm living now? I'm not sure. And I'll tell you why in a little bit. This is going to get fucking crazy. So I end up working out a price to list a property to put it on the market, right? We agree, I want to say maybe it was $300,000 or $280,000. And we put it on the market, and it started off slow. We weren't getting that much showings. I was going out, door knocking, handing out flyers, hosting open houses. This was when I first started my real estate career. And it was moving along pretty slowly, and we ended up having some price reductions. Now, in the beginning, he needed some fucking money, so I was like, listen, bro, like, whatever it is, I got you. So I ended up lending this guy like $1,500, right? To just fucking be able to get something to eat, like he fucking literally had, his fridge was empty. This guy was struggling, right? So call me the fucking tooth fairy or whatever the fuck you want, but I did what I had to do for my client, as I always will for all of my clients, right? However, it got to a point where he was kind of getting a little bit frustrated. He was a little bit confused, because I kept telling him, like, listen, the property isn't selling. A lot of people are still complaining about the condition of the house. And I was doing my best to get him as much money as possible. And, now obviously I'm more experienced and I understand the importance of pricing a property correctly. Because if you don't price a property correctly, it's going to sit on the market for way longer. The expectations that you set for your clients aren't going to be able to be met. He's going to be frustrated. He's going to be upset. And then he's going to blame it on you. And he's going to be upset personally at you. So that's exactly what the fuck was happening. He got into this whole back and forth argument. It got really fucking disrespectful. He was cursing me out. I was cursing him out. Like, we were going all in, like, fucking just whatever. So why the fuck isn't the house selling? Blah, blah. It was crazy. So anyways, I ended up finding him a buyer. And I found him a buyer and he wasn't replying. I literally had the fucking contract signed by the buyer in my hands, and he wasn't fucking replying. And the attorney was like, Jose, can you get a hold of this guy? Because I don't know what's going on with this guy. I can't get a hold of him. So I was like, listen, I know where he lives. Don't worry. So I show up to his house with the contract in my hand, and I'm fucking knocking on his door. I was like, bro, open up. I know you're inside. Let's figure this out. So he opens up. He's a little pissed. I'm a little pissed. We work it out, whatever. I had the contract in my physical hands, and, he agrees to sign it. He looks over the deal, whatever. And I just want to go ahead and bring you guys to the side for a second and really just emphasize how important it is for you as a person to go out of your way when you need to get things done. Don't try to be the person that always expects things to happen the way that they're supposed to happen, because a lot of the times they don't happen that way. A lot of the times you have to take charge and take control and go out there and do what you have to do to make things happen, right? whether you have to inconvenience yourself or not, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And that's exactly what I did. And because of that, we got the contract signed, and finally we were able to move the deal along. After we got the contract signed, everything was a little bit smoother when we were going towards the closing, and we officially closed, and I actually managed to make $6,000 off of that property and got my money back that I initially let him borrow in the beginning, the $1,500. So crazy fucking story, literally off of a wrong number, completely unexpected. This property was never on the market. This wasn't even an expired lead, which was my main intention of the people that I was calling. And it's just insane how the universe will reward you if you just ask the question. If you don't think to yourself, oh, I'm gonna inconvenience this person by asking him this question that he's probably not even interested in. Nah, fuck that. Ask the question, whatever it is. Closed mouths don't get fed. We've all heard that. So ask the question. Don't be afraid of knocking on that door. Don't be afraid of picking up that phone call and asking the question. Whether it's a loan, whether it's a business opportunity, whether it's a proposition, whether it's an idea, whether it's an event that you want to put together, whatever it is, don't be afraid of asking the question. What are you afraid of? The risk of being rejected? Fuck that. That's all in your head. You have to get out of your head. If you were to do things the way that you've always been doing them and expect a different result, you would have already gotten that result. Get out of your fucking head. Have the balls to ask the question. And you'll realize that the world will be a lot more giving because you stepped out of that character that was not functional in regards to the results that you actually want, and you decided to step in the character that asks the question, that is more aggressive, that takes the initiative, that is more assertive, that is maybe a little bit more confident within himself, and therefore he's capable of taking the risks that allows him to garner the results.